What's up, guys? We are back with another Super 7 review, taking a look at the Entertainment Earth exclusive Toxie from Toxic Crusaders. And this guy is kind of a surprise release. I don't think we knew in any way that this was coming until it just went up and then it went away pretty quickly. So I don't know how many of these things are actually out there. I'm just lucky to have been able to score one. So we've got him here in the same kind of box that we saw with the regular figure, but it is changed up a little bit. So we've got the kind of ooze slime slipcover here with the Toxic Crusaders logo. There is an EE exclusive sticker on it, and then you've just got some of the slime on the back here. It is one of those kind of half slip covers, which I really like. I think it's a really cool design idea on Super 7's part. And then you've got the figure there in the window. You can see him there in all of his glow-in-the-dark glory, and so much of this figure glows. But the kind of radioactive motif is a different color. So that other one is what? Yellow and orange. This one is orange and purple. And then the back of the box has got a big warning about Toxic Crusaders and Toxie being inside. So really similar stuff, but it's different enough to be its own packaging. So let's do it. Let's pull him out and take a look. And here he is out of the package, our glow-in-the-dark radioactive variant Toxie. So this guy is 100% the exact same figure that we got with that regular release. So if you're worried about a different figure or anything, that's not what this is. This guy is strictly just a glow-in-the-dark repaint. So there is a lot of familiar territory here, but we will get to how well he glows in a minute, because that is clearly what this guy is all about. But maybe if you aren't familiar with this figure, we're going to run through all the normal stuff first. So let's see how he moves around. Let's see articulation. He does move really well. Basically the exact same situation that I mentioned in his regular review. So we've got a head that can look up a little bit. He can look down. There is a little bit of tilt, but not too much, and then full rotation. Arms go out at the shoulders. They swivel. You've got your bicep swivel. We've got a single jointed elbow, and then you've got hinges and rotation at the wrist. I will note that, at least for starters, the bicep on this figure does seem to be a little bit better compared to the regular version, which was kind of loose. We'll see, you know, time may tell on that one. We've got an ab crunch that goes back a little bit. He goes forward, and then you do have your waist twist. He is a little bit stuck there. We've got legs that go out. They kick forward about 90 degrees if you twist them, and then they go backwards. You've got your thigh cut. We've got a single jointed knee. You've got your boot cut. We've got rocker, of course. And then we've got hinges down at those ankles. So very standard, you know, Motu Classics style of figure, but no real difference between this figure and the regular one, outside of the fact that my bicep joints seem to be, at least for now, a little bit sturdier than that regular release, because he did have some issues holding that mop in certain poses just because of how heavy it is. Now, as far as the aesthetics go, outside of the glowing feature, which we're about to get to, this guy is, again, the same figure, and he looks fantastic. I pretty much am in love with this Toxie figure, because not only is it an incredibly faithful recreation of the Playmates toy, it is also the kind of poster child for what we're going to get when it comes to Turtles. I think all that kind of gruesome, nasty Playmates detail that has been recreated in 7-inch Motu Classics style, and I couldn't be happier. And this guy is more of the same. I'm a huge sucker for transparent plastic. I'm a huge sucker for glow-in-the-dark stuff. So, I mean, this is right up my alley. When I saw this thing go up for pre-order, it was an instant purchase. I mean, it had to have been a matter of minutes, 2-3 minutes tops, and I'm really happy with the way he turned out, because there is just a ton of glow-in-the-dark plastic here. So everything that is you know, kind of the off-white, you know, kind of hazy white color here, that's all glow-in-the-dark. So the head, the chest, the arms, the tutu, and then all of the exposed parts on the legs, all the ooze that's in his feet, that all glows as well. Paint applications on this figure are really nice, as far as all of your darker greens and yellows, and he just looks really cool in his own right as far as just a standard figure. Even if he didn't glow in the dark, I think I'd be really happy with this guy. You do have the port for his little dude. We've got the sling on his back to put the shield down there as well, and I just think he looks fantastic. I really like this kind of off-white, clearish, hazy color with the various greens and yellows. It works really well. It gives you that kind of slime motif, and he just, of course, does look really disgusting and nasty. There is a little paint shading on his arms, just like the regular figure has. This one is honestly a little bit easier to pick up, because it's kind of a mildewy green-yellow color instead of a darker green on green plastic. So he does look really good, and then you've got that nasty head sculpt up there with the bandana, with the bulging eye, and then those gnarly teeth. But we're here for some glow action. But here's what you've all been waiting for. So here is a quick look at how well this guy glows. And I can't stress enough that so much of this figure is reactive to glowing in the dark, also to blacklight. So here he is under some blacklight. You see that he just sort of shines like a beacon. What's really interesting though is that the one thing that I pointed out in the regular Toxie review that glows, the eye on this figure does not glow. It is very much not reactive, which I'm kind of curious why. So you can see over here I've got the regular one, and this one he really reacts to blacklight really interestingly. But there's your eye on the regular one that glows, and then the eye doesn't glow on this one. But he does. I mean, he does just shine like a beacon. They both look really cool under blacklight too, which, you know, I always love to see what blacklight does to your figures, because this guy's paint just lights up. But then this figure is, I mean, again, he lights up like a beacon. I'm really happy with the way he turned out. I'm a huge fan of glow in the dark stuff to begin with, because, well, why not? But Super7 really did a good job of making sure that this guy is 100% a radioactive variant. There's no better way to describe him. Now for accessories, this guy is, again, just like the regular Toxie. So he's got all the same accessories. So we've got his little dude, Blobby. You can put him on his shoulder there. We've got the unheadbanded head. Is that the right way to say that? Probably not. So you've just got the exposed brain matter there. We do have his shield with the Toxic Crusaders logo on there, and you can pop this guy in the back here, which is usually how I would store it. Of course, he can hold it in his hands as well. We've got the little grenade canisters that you can pop onto his little bandolier here. So you've got 3 of these guys, and all of this stuff is done up in glow-in-the-dark plastic, of course. So everything here will shine like a beacon, just like the rest of the figure, so you can pop those on there. And then you've also, of course, got his trusty mop with the American flag on there, and it does have that little clip with the piece that can fall off. This clip is actually done up in glow-in-the-dark plastic as well. So he's got all the same stuff. It's all good. It's all fantastic. It's all great recreations of that original Playmates figure. I love the fact that we've got the glowing version of Blobby this time, but of course, how do the weapons look when they glow in the dark? Because that's also exactly why you're here. So here he is with all of his stuff on him, and you can see we've got the glowing mop, we've got the glowing canisters, we've got Blobby glowing on his shoulder, we've got the glowing head, we've got the glowing shield, all of it there. And then of course it all will react to blacklight just like the rest of the figure. Some of it a little different than others. So like the handle of the shield is a little bit different. It doesn't glow the same. The same with the actual tip of the actual, I guess, the bristles of the broom of the mop, and then the handle of the mop is a little different too. So plastic is different in some respects, but I do think he looks fantastic. And I mean, it's more glow-in-the-dark plastic on top of glow-in-the-dark plastic. What more could you really ask for? So yeah, this one's kind of like a no-brainer, really, when you get down to it. There's no reason not to get this figure if you are a fan of Toxie or the Toxic Crusaders, because it's that same really good figure done up in translucent plastic that glows in the dark. I mean, it's a recipe for success. It obviously worked because this guy sold out. I don't know how quick it was. It was incredibly fast, so much so that I know people didn't even know it existed before it was already gone. So it's definitely going to be a hot item. Well, I suspect it is anyway, because it's definitely limited. It's kind of on the rare side, I suppose. But it is an awesome figure. It has all of that hallmark Motu Classics articulation that I love. It has a great sculpt, great nasty, upscaled Playmates vibe to it, and it glows in the dark. I can't stress that enough. It glows, and it glows so well. Super7 did a really good job on that, and if that was one thing to not mess up, it was that, and they really knocked it out of the park. So that's going to do it for this look at the Super7 Toxie radioactive glow-in-the-dark variant. Let me know what you guys think. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and until next time.